And singleness is not synonymous with dating. You know, every single person is not on some desperate like search for love. Like,
bro, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, my life doesn't begin until I find someone, right? And I felt like I wanted to write something that I felt like focused on that person, that whole individual. And then I got to this point where I'm like, all right, we get you together now. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
I feel like a lot of people think that being single isn't about finding themselves and being whole. They're like, I'm just single until I find the next relationship.
Yes, and
right?
That's a huge issue.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the On Pursuit podcast. On this podcast, man, we connect with 6, 7, 8-figure earners on the pursuit of their goals and their dreams, making an impact and changing people's lives. Today on the couch, we got an interesting fellow. You know what I'm saying?
This almost didn't happen.
It almost did. He almost flaked on me and everything.
I fell asleep.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm up now.
Almost flaked on me, but you know, we take imperfect action and then we make things happen.
Sorry.
But anyway, this guest, I think what's interesting is he helps single men and women maximize their season of singleness, which is pretty interesting.
Okay, yeah.
And he recently, released a book. This is how you date.
Yes.
I should have read this a couple years ago.
That's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
Everyone, welcome my guy, Antwan, bro. Antwan Steele, man. Welcome to the red couch, bro.
Oh yeah, Vegas edition.
For real, man. So, bro, like, how'd you get into what's the story, bro? How did you? Maximize this season of singleness. Where did all this come from?
Yeah. So it's funny. My brother's here, and we sit back and we laugh. You know how I'm in this space. Like, who would have ever thought that I would be teaching people about dating or relationships?
This might be right on time for me, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's right on time for a lot of us. But I in my early 20s, I was the typical, young guy that was just kind of just wild and just doing my thing, just, out here, sleeping around, just living that young person life or whatnot.
Catching bodies, taking bodies.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And I got serious about my relationship with God around 24. So I was in the prime of my kick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I wasn't I didn't have like a near-death experience. And I'm like, all right, I want to, kind of switch it up. I was just like kind of tired of just being in that environment because I felt like it wasn't really producing anything for me. Yeah. Like I can go sleep with a woman, but wake up and just feel like empty. And just doing that over and over again, I just got tired of it. So I got to this point where I'm like, all right, I want to really make a change. And I noticed how, being single and kind of being out here was different from being single and trying to do the right thing.
I feel that.
And I'm like, man, I'm over here trying to keep myself. And I see the struggles of waiting and just being lonely and, not having sex and all these different things that, as a young person, you want to do, you want to engage in. And I just started having conversations with other single men and women about it. And I realized that this was like, I wasn't tripping. Like, this was like, the only one. Yeah, it was a lot of people, dealing with these things. So I've always been a person that give advice. And I kind of started to shift like what I would talk about to stuff like this. And that kind of led me to this point. So my first book that I released was called Single to Single. And I released that in 2007.
So you really speaking to the single people?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like when I was talking to different people at the booth earlier about, what is your perspective? When you see this, what do you think? Yeah. And it was just like, you would hear anything like sex toys or somebody told me that, you seem like you're a guy that's just here trying to get attention. You're just trying to get women's draws.
Was that a dude?
That was a woman.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I was like, kind of like, wow, okay. I mean, perspective is a reality even when it's not a reality, right? And I started talking to her and I was like, well, I waited almost 8 years, before I had sex, when I got married. And it's just like, and she's like, oh, wow. And it's like, so you're telling me you think I'm out here trying to get women's draws, but when I was single, I was keeping myself. So, it's just a different perspective or whatnot. But I got to this point where I was just like writing all this content for singles. Mm-hmm. And I tried to stay away from like topics like dating because I feel like that's like typical. Yeah. And singleness is not synonymous with dating.
It's not.
Every single person is not on some desperate like search for love. Like,
bro,
oh
that's
my gosh,
that's where I'm at right now.
yeah, my life doesn't, my life doesn't begin until I find someone, right? And I felt like I wanted to write something that I felt like focused on that person, that whole individual. And then I got to this point where I'm like, all right, we get you together now. Let's go ahead and talk about.
So let's clarify that real quick, because I feel like a lot of people think that being single isn't about finding themselves and being whole. They're like, I'm just single until I find the next relationship.
Yes, and
right.
That's a huge issue.
So what are some of the things that people should be working on while they're single?
Yeah, so
to become whole, or just in general.
So, and it's crazy how
what
I came
is
out
whole?
with this book.
What is whole?
Let's talk about that. So, May 24th, 2014 is when I had got the idea to write my first book, Single to Single, and it literally just hit me like spiritual maturity, physical well-being, emotional stability, mental protection, and financial security. It was like these 5 essentials that I feel like every single should work on. Not that they need to be perfect, but they should be, people progress and prepare or whatnot. And I thought that's what the book was going to be about. And obviously that was just a part of the book or whatnot, but I've held on to that. And I feel like every single should consistently be working on those things, because a lot of times, so if I ask someone like, do you want to be married, or, are you interested in love or whatnot? They naturally go into everything that they want from a spouse rather than what they can be as a spouse. Like we naturally, when it comes to love, we naturally see ourselves as the recipient and not the contributor. So we go into it with this mindset of all these things that we want, and we never think, or if we do, it's not a lot about what we can be to a person. So then you go into it with this selfish mindset of all what you can gain, and that's not really love.
So you're saying the person that you're looking for is the person you actually need to become?
Absolutely. Like you can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't, because who knows? You can attract whatever you attract.
Yeah.
But I think it's unfair to say I want somebody that has their body, they're super in shape, or their bank account is like this, or they're mentally sharp, and then you're not like trying to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Like I just think it's unfair, but that's because we naturally see ourselves as a recipient and not the contributor. And then you go into you have that selfish mindset, so then you go into a situation with someone, and then it's just like all of this, like it's like, let me get this. If you don't meet my expectations or my needs or my wants, then I'm out.
The book is This Is How You Date, right? How to Navigate a Single's Journey from Dating to Engagement. So I'm assuming, I haven't read this yet because I just got it from you today.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna assume that there's something in here about dating with intention.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So with that being said, how is someone doing that? Because what I notice from people, and obviously I'm not out here like I'm not like a therapist. You know what I'm saying? I'm everyone's gonna date how they date. I'm not judging nobody, but I feel like a lot of people they repeat the same pattern.
Yeah.
So if I'm dating and I'm looking for somebody, and I have what I feel like I'm attracted to, and it don't work out, I'm looking for someone very, very similar again. Yeah. They look different possibly, but it's the same characteristics, and then that may not work out.
Yeah.
So how do you start to date with intention, and how you start breaking that cycle of, finding different people, but it really being the same person?
Yeah. So in the book, I kind of like break it all the way down, because most dating books are written like from like a topical standpoint. It's like there's a chapter about communication. There's a chapter about, sex. There's a chapter about this, about that. This book is written from a chronological perspective, literally from being a single person all the way to engagement, right? So in the beginning of the book, I'm kind of like breaking down what dating is. Like that's still fairly a new concept. Like that came about in like in the 1900s.
And everybody dates differently, bro, because they be like, I met you, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Then I'm dating.
Yeah.
But then it's like we exclusively dating. Yeah. There's hella levels.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
So what do you call a man what is a man's title that's married?
Husband.
Husband, right?
Yeah.
What is a woman's title that's married?
Wife.
What do you call someone that is engaged?
Fiance.
Right. Yeah. What do you call somebody you're dating?
Your girlfriend?
Girlfriend. Now I asked that question to multiple people today, and I got a different answer. We know that marriage is defined. We know that engagement is defined. But when it comes to dating and relationships, it's like whatever you think it is. So think about it. If I have my perspective, what I think dating is, and then you have your perspective and what you think dating is, and then we come together, it's like, well, I think that we're cool. I think we're talking. oh, well, I'm trying to date, with the intent to marry. So now you have these different perspectives, and I think there needs to be more of a standardized approach of what dating is.
So that's something you got to talk about.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So the whole like I said, dating is fairly a new concept, right?
Yeah.
So you have back in ancient times, it was like arranged marriages, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't even have a choice, especially women didn't have a choice, and then you kind of go into this whole like courtship thing or whatnot, and then you go from courtship to the 1900s, and then there's just these different things that are impacting like society, like the women's suffrage movement.
Mm-hmm.
So women have the rights to vote now.
Yeah.
Now you think about how that impacts a woman's psyche and how she has a little more liberty, how she wants to move about. And then you have the car industry boom.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have unmarried people having that ability to access one another.
Yeah.
And then the legalization of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go later into the 1900s, and then you have the legalization of contraceptives and the birth control pill.
Yeah.
That revolutionized sex, the woman's like sexuality. And now they're kind of like just exploring and doing what they want to do because they're taking control of their bodies.
Yeah.
So now, like, you got women that are like now feeling more free, and then you go into the 2000s. You got dating apps, you got social media,
mm-hmm.
you have all these different options of how you can get out here and date. I mean, you got Tinder where you can literally just go up and just swipe left or swipe whatever it is and choose somebody like that. So it's just like we have all of these things that's supposed to be making the world smaller and more intimate, but it's like it's making it more like larger and distant.
Yeah, and it's too much power with the choice.
It's too much. I mean, you think about it, and then it's like you literally can be dating someone, and then you go on social media, and you're like, man, she nice, and all I gotta do is just send a DM.
Yeah,
I can literally connect like that, and it just makes it so much more harder. So for me, it's like, okay, we broke down what it is about dating and how we gotten to this point. Now let's talk about what you need to do to prepare yourself. Because you can't even date if you don't even have a marriage mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about somebody that just want to be married.
So you're saying people shouldn't date unless they have a marriage mindset?
Absolutely.
You can't. Okay, so you say they shouldn't even date unless you date with it. So what is that?
Think about that. So if you want to date but you don't have a marriage mindset, what is going to be the end result?
Y'all just gonna be kicking it.
And then eventually what's going to happen?
Y'all gonna stop kicking it.
So let's just keep it funky. All right, if you that's real. If you talking to a woman and y'all kicking it, for a while.
Yeah.
At some point, if you just being honest, if this is a person that you're kicking it with on a consistent basis, but you have no desire to marry, mm-hmm. you're going to kind of start getting a little, like, some type of feelings for that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it's not like, oh, I'm in love, I'm head over heels, you're going to start feeling something for that person.
What's up, y'all? Did you know that you are one product away for your first or your next 5K, 10K, or 15K with a digital product, and the best way to sell that digital product is in a funnel. My name is Brendan Boyd, and a lot of you guys are rushing to sell your ebooks and your digital products on Amazon, receiving 60 to 70% less than what they're worth, getting no customer data, or worse, both. I invite you to join me on a one product away challenge, right? We're gonna give you the funnel, we're gonna give you the cover, we're gonna give you the upsell, we're gonna give you the workflows, we're gonna give you the sales copy, and the power of the lead dragon software and the self-confidence to take your business to the next level. So I ask you, right? What are you waiting for? Click the link below. Join me on a one product away challenge. Let's go.
I've been in a couple just kicking in situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then at some point when that ends, how do you feel?
Yo, I'm fulfilled.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it could be a little heartbreak, a little heartache or something like that.
Someone always feels more than the other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So why put yourself in a situation with someone?
Bro, because people don't want to be alone, bro.
Yeah. If you don't want to be alone, then why don't you get married?
Because people don't want to get married either, bro.
So do you see the dilemma?
It's crazy out here.
So that and
people just want to be with people because they want to be with people.
But what did you just say? You said you feel unfulfilled.
100%. But people also feel unfulfilled when they're alone.
Yeah,
because they don't know how to be alone.
And that's the thing. So contentment before commitment, and consistency before covenant.
Mm.
So you have to be content with who you are, and I mean that's a whole nother
there's a lot of pressure, bro. There's a lot of pressure from people, friends, family, colleagues, family members. They're like, hey, when you gonna?
I had a chapter called "The Weight of the Wait" in Single to Single, talking about that, the heaviness of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got your family, your friends, you got colleagues. I dealt with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's this pressure, and there was even a point where I remember when I was I was a little older. I was in my early 20s. There was a young lady that I had knew back in the day in college, and somehow we had reconnected. And I had went out to LA to just to go kick it for my birthday, me and one of my close friends, and we met her out there. And I remember like just kicking it with her, and I'm like, I know that this woman is fresh off of a breakup. She was engaged, and I'm in this season right now where I'm like super lonely. But like I'm about to just, you know what I'm saying, just try to make it work. I'm just going to try to just make it happen because I feel so lonely. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm not content. I know she's not really in the space to, you know, to take it to that next level, but whatever. Like she's somebody I think I can rock with. And sure enough, we started talking, and eventually it ended just like that because there were just so many different factors that we wasn't considered, or at least she wasn't considered. I knew, but I just bypassed that and I kind of went out of turn. But I feel like most singles, we literally, like, this is the one thing we literally will wing it in.
Oh, 100%. You and I actually spoke about that earlier today.
Yeah.
People will wing their whole relationship.
The whole relationship.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because, not to cut you off, but whoever you date, and that's the closest person to you. You might wake up with this person. They're going to influence your mindset.
Your life.
Y'all going to have so much time together, and they ain't even right for you.
I remember I read a book. It said what in 20, 30 years, when you look back, what tears are you going to be crying? Tears of regret or tears of joy with the person that you married? Like, and that's a real question. And these are things that we don't necessarily consider because we think that, you know, it's like, it's love. You know, we'll just figure it out or we'll just get there. But it's like, especially with the Black community, like we're getting educated very well on entrepreneurship right now. We're at a recession-proof conference, right? Yeah. Financial literacy, even mental health. But when it comes to like love, marriage, how to even be single, we're not educated on it.
But that's why you're here, man.
Yeah.
As you think about it, like, let's put that in perspective. You're right. We're in a season of informational abundance. You can literally, you can pay for whatever you want, access whatever you want for free. People are open to collaborate and build and all that. Yeah. But when it comes to, like, you're not really having those conversations. Like, yo, let's go to this love conference. Yeah. What up, bro? You trying to go to this relationship conference? Yeah. Hey, yo. Most people be like, no. Hey, yo, next week they got a singles retreat. It's all about the information around dating. No one's, well, I don't want to say no one's going to that, but most people aren't. But who checking for that? Normally going, who, if there were somebody in there, who would normally be? Who would normally be? A single person looking for somebody. A woman. But women be on it. Why don't we be on that? Because men ain't going unless the dude hosting it got the Lambo, bro. That's what we just. That's what's happening. So what you saying? So look. So what you saying? Listen, this is what I realized. I gotta go give you a Lambo. 100%. Yes, you do. That will change your business. I'm gonna tell you why. Women, DJ, we gotta get a Lambo. Yo, 100%. This ain't a joke. This is real. Y'all should do this. Women want the information. Mm-hmm. And they, as long as they know, like, and trust you, they gonna rock with you. Yeah. Right? Facts. Especially if you got reviews and testimonials. Facts. Or if they feel like you're trustworthy, they're gonna invest. Facts. Men, our community, not everyone, but a larger percentage, a good amount, unless you got the change, bro, unless you got a lot of women around you, unless your lifestyle looks like it's what they feel like it should look like, or you ain't driving that thing. Yeah, they ain't gonna mess with you. Yeah, some of them will. Like I'm that avatar. Mm-hmm. I want access to information. I want the life transformational journey. Yeah. I want the payoff. Yeah, right. You seem like you're that individual too. Yes, but the majority of us that look like us ain't that. Yeah. So we gotta, like Marvin was here, you know, on a previous episode. Yeah. And even my broker, same thing. He got a couple videos where he documented. He got the Ferrari. Mm-hmm. Things changed for him in his business. Like immediately. Yeah. That's a strategy I'm literally gonna do. Yeah. Because it's for them. It ain't for me, it's for them. Right? But if you added a hot car to the situation, it would change some things. What should I get specifically? Listen, I'm gonna get a Lambo personally. Okay. I don't know if that's your car's choice. Maybe it's a Ferrari, maybe it's a McLaren. I like the Braves, man. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, hold on, let me get a little bit comfortable. Yeah. I think the Wraith is the love car. Yeah. I like that would be fire. The love car. That's the love car. Yeah. Men would pay attention to you. Yeah, I like that. The love car. Fire red gut. Yeah. I can see that. I can see it. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Now you got the love car, right? That's your lead generation magnet. Okay. Right? Okay. Which is one of them. Yeah. Now dudes is pulling up. They want to know about how you got that. Yeah. They tapping in. They paying attention. Facts. Now it's just 100%. Now they're like, okay, so I can date intentionally and I can get access. Bro, it's gonna change the game.
No, I like that, and so I'm getting ready to kick off a program, and when I talk about like working with singles, it's not just about dating and relationships. It's about holistic improvement.
Yeah.
And purpose is a real big thing that I really want to help singles tap into, and just knowing that like right now, while you in this season of your life and it's just you, like just run it up, maximize this time, because when you get married, I don't care what you say, your time is going to be divided.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing. I love my wife. I absolutely adore my wife. But there are certain things that I can't maneuver like the way I used to. And my wife is pregnant right now. We're all going to Dubai at the end of the year, right? Mm-hmm. She's just like, Twan, the baby's going to be like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 months old. Like, I don't think you're going. You know what I'm saying? But when I was single, I wouldn't, like it's, it's crazy, not, the times that we are in right now, even with the recent mass shooting at the school, when Sandy Hook happened, which was in Connecticut. Are you familiar? Yeah. When that happened, both of my brother here was married at the time. I was single. And I remember I was just getting off work and someone called and said, hey, Twan, we're getting ready to go to Connecticut to, just to love on the people, just to serve the people there. She said, would you be willing to go? And she asked both of us. He couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? His wife was just like, if he had stuff going on, I'm single. I ain't got to check in with nobody. Yeah. And I went and I got that experience. And I remember it was like 10, 15 of us. Just black, just imagine just going into a church, an all white church. And you walk in and there's 10, 15 black people just standing on the wall. The church is packed. And everybody looking at us. And we just standing there for a moment. And the pastor says, I just got word we got, visitors here from Cleveland. And they all literally stood up and gave us like a round of applause. And just after the service was over, we were like loving on each other, like, just talking about the situation or whatnot. But I would have never gotten an experience like that I'm not going to say I couldn't have. It would have been different. So, while you're in this space right now, I just want to teach singles just to maximize the season of their lives. Tap into who you are, what you got. Life is short. Yeah. Like the average American lives to be 78. So let's just take that number to 80, right? It's easy math. Yeah. The average American works 30 to 40 years of their lives, the majority of them doing a job they don't love, right? As we know.
The majority of them. Super.
The average person sleeps roughly 25 years of their life away.
Crazy.
So you've got a person living to be 80. You subtract 30 years of them working a job they hate, 25 years of them being unconscious. You left with 25 years, right? And then in those 25 years, you got to eat, you got to commute, you got to bathe, you got to spend time with family. Let's say you spend, a year on the toilet.
Damn, down to 24.
Say like women, you like to get your hair done, your makeup, you in the bathroom. Let's just say all of that is another extra 10 years. Now you're down to 15 years, but you already 25, 35. When do you ever really have time to do what you love? Yeah. And while you're single, like this is your time to really go ahead and maximize all of that. So for me, it's just like, I want singles to present their best self when they get to a point where they, are interested in someone. And then y'all both just run it up together. Yeah. Like,
how do you find that, bro?
How do you find what?
It sounds good. Well, how do you find that? So if you're running it up, you just have to have some hope that your partner is running it up where they may be at, and then that you just gonna line up somewhere.
I think it's
like
I think it's be intentional, but don't be intentional. Like you don't want to be out here just like on some like, okay, I'm trying to find, but at the same time, it's just like you want to put yourself out there. Like, for example, if you go get coffee every morning before you go into the office, and you pull through the drive-thru, why don't you stop doing that? Or maybe every other day, why don't you just go inside a coffee shop for 30 minutes and just sit there? Yeah. You just might see somebody in there.
That's true.
Or why don't you take a different route? Why don't you do something different? Go to a different event. Put yourself in environments like Neil tells us to get in the room. Yeah. Get in the room, for business relationships. Yeah. Get in the room for, your potential relationship.
I like that.
And I think that, again, but simultaneously being the person that you should be, it will all it takes is one. Yeah. But it's just like we live in a world where it's 8 billion people. I mean, I know you're not going to be access to that many people, but you can have, like, we were just at a conference.
Yeah.
Your spouse could have been there.
She could have been. I ain't see her.
And you know what I'm saying? Because because me and we turned on my site. You know what I'm saying? I know what you was looking for.
What's up?
You ain't see, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I seen some things, but I ain't seen them things.
You seen some things, but I get you.
I did some things, but they wasn't thinking.
They were, okay. They were, yeah, man. So that's my message to people. I really want single men and women to really just be their best self now.
Yeah.
And then when you present, like, if you have that mindset that I am, no matter what, I'm going to continue to holistically improve myself. Yeah. And then you take that with another person that's going to continue to like improve themselves, themselves. Then you both coming together. It's just like we're both trying to get better, and we have that culture. We have that culture within our connection. And it makes things just so much more easy.
What's up, y'all? It's Brennan Boy, and one of the best things that has helped me go to the next level is powerful affirmations. I would say them every single day, literally when I open my eyes. So I put together these powerful affirmation cards to help you get to that next level, right? With powerful statements like, I live in abundance, or statements like, I'm not a prisoner of my limiting beliefs. Now, if you say these things to yourself every single day using the power of repetition, you're gonna believe the things that you wanna achieve. So look, grab your affirmation deck or your manifestation deck or your money manifestation deck. Let's grow your mindset and let's get you to the next level, right? Click that link below, grab your cards, let's go.
Yo, bro, so let's say you want to date, because I know people now probably like, all right, so how do I find this person? How do you filter? What questions am I asking? Am I asking about credit reports? Am I asking about family? Am I asking about how you conflict resolute? I'm asking about like what makes you happy, what makes you sad. I'm asking about, do you need alone time? What am I asking? When is it too early to ask? You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like the first day should be.
Should I give them a PDF?
You might scare him away. You know? You're gonna be like, no, this dude is like, he's too focused right now.
2022, I can just send him a link.
Yeah. Just link in my bio.
Fill the link out before we get to dinner.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a trick question. Who pays on the first date?
Oh, Lord.
That's a trick question.
Look, so I'm traditional. I'm traditional. I just can't see myself allowing a woman to pay for me.
I agree.
And I can't see us going Dutch. Like I just think that as a man, if you had to describe manhood in one word, what would it be for you? What would it be?
For me, for manhood, it would be integrity, showing up, consistency, being a man of your word, and leading by example.
All of that, to me, sounds like responsibility.
100%.
If you had to describe manhood in one word, it would be responsibility. And as a man, our responsibility is to provide, is to protect, is to lead, is to teach our woman. So if I go on the first date with you and I allow you to pay, what message am I sending or what tone am I setting?
That she leading.
Yeah, and I don't want to be deep, like, but I just think that a man should lead. But anyway, on the first day, I feel like it should be somewhere where you two can converse. Like it shouldn't be somewhere where it's like we're going to the movies and we're sitting there watching the movie next to each other.
Yeah, the movies ain't the first date, bro.
Nah, it should go to a restaurant or go out to eat or take a walk where you both can like engage. Yeah. And I think that it kind of like you feel the conversation, like, and you know how to talk to somebody. I mean, ask simple questions like, where you from? Like, what are you interested in? Just basic questions to get to know that person. Because if you come out too soon, too strong, like even if you are like a good fit for them, you might turn them off. Yeah. So
it's a delicate balance.
Yeah, it's very delicate, and the first date is it's very impressionable. Like you can literally like it can be the thing that just like connects you to even more or distance you, or whatever. So I think it should just be like having fun. Yeah. It shouldn't be this whole like, okay, I know that I have a marriage mindset. I know I want to be married. I hope that you have a marriage mindset. I hope you want to be married. But like we're going to just get to know each other. We're having a good time. And hopefully they read This Is How You Date. So,
So should I give a copy? So I link for the book first?
Yeah, man.
Off top.
Affiliate.
Yo, look, we about to make something happen this Friday. But before we go on this date, I want you to read the book. How many chapters she need to read, bro?
Just read the first 2 chapters.
And it's not a crazy read, y'all. It's under 200 pages.
And you can get that. You can read that in 2 days.
So do you think if I tell her to read the first 2 chapters, I'm gonna make it to the date still?
Oh man, you're gonna be good.
If she don't read it, can she still get to go on the date?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? If you seen her out and you want to go on a date with her, then it had to be something about it, right?
So whether she reads or don't read, she can still come.
Yeah, she can still come, but you gotta like you need to know up front that she have a marriage mindset.
All right, cool.
Do you have a marriage mindset? Do you
100%, bro? I definitely do.
You want to be married? Like if you start dating someone right now.
Yeah, I would, because it got to be purposeful. Where I'm at in my life, right? I don't have no time for nothing that's just in the gray area, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you,
and
man,
I need to be able to talk to somebody about these ideas I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least get her opinion or something.
Absolutely, man.
You
You
know?
want somebody that you equally yoke with.
What if she don't want to come to the conference, bro? I mean, cool, she can stay back, but it's like...
Well, see, in the beginning, y'all are really feeling each other out. So, okay.
I would want to go. Like, for instance, if my girl or someone I was interested in was out doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? Let's say she was going to go speak. You know, we're at a conference, we are vending. Let's say she was vending.
Yeah.
You know, I would want to help her out. I want to, look, what do you need?
Yeah.
What can I do?
No, absolutely.
Can I do something, you know, virtually? You need something physically?
I think that's what I'm saying. As a person that's trying to grow and become who you are, you kind of attract.
Because that's what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You kind of attract that. I don't think that you, like in your space where you're at, it's probably, like, you're most likely not going to attract a woman that's like in an entry level position.
And that's not bad to say. You know what I'm saying?
It's no knock to that.
Say. You just gotta kind of know.
But you know what you want.
100%.
I listened to it was a Harvard study. The guy he had studied like men from like 18 to when they passed, like in their 90s, and they said that the thing that separated the people that lived longer versus the people that lived shorter, or the difference was that the ones that lived longer had a lot of relationships versus the ones that didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't money. It wasn't success, accomplishments, any of that. It was quality relationships. But that's the one thing that we don't really appreciate because we don't see a tangible result.
But that's also because we ain't taught nothing.
Yeah.
We ain't taught about nothing.
Well, we are taught. You know, Hollywood teaches us. You know, the music teaches us. You know, movies teach us.
No, you're right. You're right.
And then we take that perspective, and that's, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess what I mean to say is we're not taught to be intentional about the things that are important.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
From like, you know, taxes, income, you know, how you should be looking for a job, happiness, family, communication, mental health, processing your emotions, and then dating, bro. So if I'm not even doing none of this, and then I'm just looking for somebody that looks nice so I can spend some time with,
man.
It just sounds like it's taking time bomb to me.
The first established institution in all of humanity is family. It's marriage and family. But if you think about it, when you are born, you're born a single person.
Yeah.
So it's
and
just
some
like,
of us are born to a single parent or no parent, or we just have a lot. The view from the parents is very tumultuous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And what you do in your singleness, from your upbringings, from your experience, whatever it is, from what you've been taught, what you've learned, all of that, you take all of that into a relationship or into a dating situation, right? And then how you start off as a single and then enter into with someone else, it echoes for a lifetime.
Bro, what are the rules of engagement, man? What should we be asking?
Asking as you know, talking about dating? I mean, first off, you know, again, this is my perspective. You know, I believe that you should be a believer. I believe that you should have some foundation. Like, what is your faith in?
Yeah. And
then you should have a marriage mindset, and then you should be committed to holistic improvement. Those are 3 prerequisites.
Are there? Okay, let's think about this first date. Are there any things you shouldn't ask or shouldn't do on that first date? I
probably wouldn't ask them anything about, like, I mean, it's okay to ask, like, if you have a marriage mindset, but I wouldn't be like, I think that, you're my wife. No, man, I'm telling you, man, it be some weirdos out here, talking about, are you my wife? Or talking about things that's reserved for, like, more intimate, like an intimate relationship.
Like they moving a little bit too fast.
Yeah, you're moving too fast. You're going to scare them away. So I think that, again, the first date should be just super chill. We're getting to know each other. And we're allowing that to kind of take us to where so we already know our mindset of where we want to go. Yeah. I'm going to state that, in the conversation, I'm in the season of my life where I do desire marriage. I mean, to say that to someone, and if you scare someone away just for, saying what you desire, then that's just go ahead and weed them out. Yeah, for sure. But I'm telling you what I'm interested in. Hey, I'm in this place right now where I'm in entrepreneurship. I don't work a 9 to 5. I'm consistently grinding. I'm trying to build a legacy. I have a marriage mindset.
And that's inbounds to have to say that.
Yeah, you want to present your authentic self to them because you're giving them, like, you're helping them to make an informed decision about who you are.
Yeah.
So if you present yourself in an authentic way, then they're going to make a decision about that person. You got to continue to be that person.
Yeah.
But if you come authentic with who you are, then you're giving them the ability to make a decision on who you truly are.
Yeah.
And then whatever decision they decide to make, that's on them. But you can live with the fact that, hey, like, I am who I am. If you choose, then you chose me. If you don't, then you didn't. But I can live with the fact that I'm presenting myself authentically to you.
Yeah.
So I think that we kind of put too much pressure on ourselves. We make it like this big, overly complicated thing, and it doesn't have to be.
Yo, man, you're giving a lot of gems, bro.
And I'm just
you give a lot of gems. You know what I'm saying? You definitely changing some people's perspectives that are watching this in real time.
That's what I hope to.
Okay, so I got a couple questions for you, like little fast track, quick strike questions. Always ask about like a school. So if you were going to create a season of single school,
yeah,
possibly,
yes.
What are some of the pillars? 3 or 4 pillars that they can't graduate unless they
It would be a maximize your season, maximize your singleness school, university.
That sounds kind of fire. I might need to get in on that.
Maximize your singleness university, but those pillars would be, again, the 5 essentials for single: spiritual maturity, physical well-being, emotional stability, mental protection, financial security. And if I had to like just give you like a quick, like something quick for each one of those, it would be something as simple as, your faith, your foundation. Physical well-being. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a video vixen. Just healthy. Mm-hmm. Like, do you have a primary care physician?
Yeah.
Like simple things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you desire to, want to eat a little healthy? Like, just being the healthiest you can be. And when you're healthy, you feel good, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Emotionally, like, do you go to therapy? Are you healing? Do you still have some emotional wounds from the past that, may affect the relationship? Mental protection.
That's a big one.
Mental protection is a little different for me. Yes, negative thinking, obviously, like stuff like that is, important. But for me, it's like simplifying like life. I think that helps mentally. And then executing on things that you have. Like I know right now there are some things that I need to like get done. Until I get it done, it's like weighing me down mentally.
Yeah.
So like simple things like that in financial security, we know what that is. Just killing debt or investing or saving or whatever the case may be for you or whatnot. You focus on those 5 things consistently, and I believe that you can present yourself much better.
What about emotional intelligence? Like, how would you define that easily for people?
Same thing. Emotional stability, conflict resolution, forgiveness, healing from things of the past. I think that emotional stability is probably one of the most underappreciated things that you need to have.
Yeah, emotional stability. Yeah, for sure. That's a good one. And then as far as like, obviously, they should be reading this book, which there'll go be a link below so they can access it. But what are some other books or some other things that they should tap into just to get the mindset different on how they should be approaching dating?
Yeah, I think that there's a book called Sacred Search. I think that's a very good one. It's by Gary Chapman. And then we all know 5 love languages. Yeah. That's like a classic that anyone should read. I will always recommend those 2 books.
Okay.
And then of course, Single to Single. I have a devotional called the Singles Devotional.
You got a bundle that got all of them together?
Yeah.
All right, word.
It's all in the funnel.
They gotta get that. So yeah, bro. How do they tap in with you? What are the different ways they can work with you?
Yeah.
People that are single in a season of singleness, or maybe just getting out of a relationship, going into a season of singleness, if they tap in with you, will you put them in a better position to have that marriage mindset? So how does that work? What are the options?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now I'm getting ready to drop it's like a free webinar, but it's more like a focus group for singles. So I know there's a lot of places, you can go to a lot of free webinars and you can go and listen, right? But there isn't really too many places where you can go and actually be heard. So I'll get on there and teach a little bit, but then it's really me hearing the heart of what single men and women desire in this season of their lives. I'm doing that June 5th, so they can definitely tap in with me, click the link in my bio, and register. And then I'm also doing a 5-day challenge, maximize your singleness And that's going to be June 20th to June 20th.
That's going to be maximize your singleness 5-day challenge. What's
challenge.
going to be in there?
So it's going to be some of the things we talked about, the 5 essentials.
Is it for men and women?
It's for men and women.
But you can possibly find, on the 5th day, do they find their girlfriend or boyfriend?
Yeah, we might do a little matchmaking on
that.
That
Might be crazy. That might be crazy.
I might have to pitch that.
You thought about that?
No, I didn't.
That might be bonus for the VIPs.
Oh, man, come on, man. I like that.
Yo.
Like, you know what? When you get into this, you know what? For the VIP, we're going to do like a little matchmaking.
For sure.
Dating type thing.
That would be ill. Put them in breakout rooms.
I like that.
With a timer.
I like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then they come out and you're like, yo, who?
Well, that's
what happened?
That's good. Well, look. June 20th or June 24th.
You're about to get spicy in this challenge.
Oh, yeah. They're going to come out with a spouse.
Yo, the percentage of opportunity that you may find a partner is going to increase depending on how many people you get in the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all need to be in there.
Yeah, we want to be a hub for this. We definitely want to like hook people up, but we want to make sure that you're right first.
Yo, and if they find their partner, you can hit them with like an award or something. Well, that would be it.
Maybe we do a conference and we bring them up. How Neil be bringing us.
Yo, for real. No, serious. Because
tell your story.
Yo, because I've seen on some of these. What are some of the apps? eMat, eHarmony.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one?
They got Christian Mingle.
Coffee Meets Donuts.
It's a lot of.
They got another joint. What's the other one people are on right now?
Bumble.
But there's another one I can't think of it, but. You can find somebody. Some people really got real like stories on it.
Yeah.
So I think you gotta have that, bro.
I like that VIP special.
That'd be up.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. And then you could bring the couples back, like, yo, this could be you.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. This could happen.
That's good.
Yo, that'd be crazy.
I'm gonna have to shout you out for that. Man.
Yo, listen, man. I appreciate you for making time to jump on the podcast. You definitely gave one of the most like impactful and valuable episodes.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's a topic that people don't really talk about.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, people go into any other area in their life with intention.
Yeah.
With logic. With a strategy or tactical thinking. Nice. But when it comes to, like you said, when it comes to dating love, we just out here just like winging it. Oh, she got on a nice shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like his shoes.
Nice.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you got the Lambo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
It's a nice car.
That could be a gift and a curse.
But for the men, you need it. Y'all are probably not going to sign up to the challenge because you don't got it. But I'm telling you, y'all need to sign up to the challenge.
About to get that race.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the love card.
The love card.
The love race.
The love race.
Make sure you guys follow my guy. Tell them where they can follow you.
Follow me on Instagram, Antwan Steele, TWANSTEELE.
Grab the book, man.
Yes, sir.
Grab the book. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
It's been another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast with my guy, Antwan Steele. If you're in your season of singleness, don't be out here winging it, bro. Don't do that.
Get tap in with me, man. We're going to go ahead and get you a spouse. We're going to put you all the way together.
See y'all next time. Hey, yo, the world is changing. The way we consume information is changing. We don't watch TV or listen to radio. We consume podcasts. That's why podcasting is so very, very important. However, the average podcaster have no idea how to monetize their show. They operate in podcasts as a side hustle or even as a hobby. That's why I put together a powerful training to teach them 4 secrets on how to generate 6 or 7 figures with your podcast. So what you want to do right now is click that link below, head over to podcasterprofits.live, and I'll see you in the session. Let's go.